Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So this video is basically me taking myself on a date, since nobody else will, to Poland actually. A bit of a weird place for a date, but I hope you enjoy it nonetheless. Just a reminder that this video was filmed a few weeks ago, and obviously the COVID situation has changed now. I'm going to put some information in the description, i.e. the context at the time this was filmed, but apart from that, I hope you can sit back and enjoy the vlog. Hi guys, so I thought I'd start the vlog properly. I'm in Poland, literally just right across the border. I booked this trip a while ago because somebody recommended it to me and said, oh hey, if you've got a free weekend, like why don't you go? And I thought, oh, I've not really got anyone to go with. And I thought, fuck it, I'm gonna go by myself. So that's exactly what I've done. So on my way into town, I spotted this really cute cathedral and I saw a tiny little door at the side, and it turns out that there is a tower that you can pay €3 to go up, and the views were absolutely magnificent. I'll let you enjoy the clips of the view, but I'll also tell you a couple of facts about Stettin, like as a town, because I'm sure that most of you probably won't have heard of it unless you're from Poland. So Stettin is a port town in northwestern Poland, but during its sort of like 2,500 years of existence, it's belonged to Denmark, Sweden and Germany as well. As it lies only 40 miles from the Baltic Sea and only 90 miles from the German capital Berlin, it's grown to become a really important sort of trading city for Poland. But sadly, during the Second World War, a lot of the port and the city itself was destroyed, but since then it has been rebuilt, and as you can see, it's absolutely stunning. But that's enough facts from me. I'll leave you to enjoy the view. So I am up in the tower, and the view over the city is literally stunning. Like when I was walking in, I was a bit like, oh god, like it just, you know, didn't look like any sort of thing special because I was coming from the train station, and then I literally came here and it is honestly like so pretty, and there's no one up here as well, which is so nice. So I feel like I can probably go the whole trip without coming into direct contact with anybody, which is really great. Yeah, I am shooketh, to be honest, absolutely shooketh. So I decided to venture into the old town. I wasn't really sure what to expect, but honestly, it was literally so breathtakingly beautiful and quiet as well, which was really nice, and it just felt so peaceful, and I just loved the colours of the buildings and the detailing, and just generally the architecture. And this is the main square of Stettin, which is also super lovely, and there's so many little back streets and cute cafes and places to just sit and watch the world go by. And I went and sat in one, and yeah, just sort of people watched a little bit and had some really yummy pasta, which I'm still thinking about now because it was so nice and so cheap. Everything here is super cheap. And I also headed to this cute little museum, which is dedicated completely to the history of the town, and I spent like an hour in here just wandering around, reading about the sort of like shipsmen that used to live here, and basically it's really complicated history, which is absolutely fascinating. Hey guys, so I made it to the castle. It's literally empty. The whole town is really quiet, which is so lovely, and everyone's wearing masks outside, which I think is great. I've just got to try and find out how to get in, basically. But it's so pretty here, honestly. It's got such lovely architecture. Yeah, I'm actually loving it. The castle was absolutely beautiful. Somebody was actually getting married, so I tried to stay out of their way, obviously. But as you can see, again, just look at the architecture. It's so stunning. I just love the cobbled streets here as well, and I actually found a load of the confetti that they'd left over from the wedding, which was so beautiful. And then I headed out of the sort of old town and towards the more modern section of the town to a little shopping mall called Galleria Cascada, I think it's called, and it was so pretty. I know that you shouldn't really fall in love with a shopping mall, but I low-key kind of did, because look how pretty it is. I'm not even kidding. And I also found some Zoella Beauty, which took me right back to 2014. And yeah, just kind of had a mooch around the shops and got myself as well a cappuccino and some caramel waffles to treat myself, and I felt so cozy and autumnal. So I have made it to Solidarity Square, I believe it's called. It is absolutely huge and also really cool. Like, I don't know if you can see, but the design of it is so awesome. I love that building there. And like this sort of like slants up almost in a really cool way. It's honestly fantastic, and the Philharmonic is there as well. You can't visit it sadly, but it's really, really cool here. I then headed into this lovely little church. I couldn't actually really properly go in, but it looked absolutely beautiful from the outside, and I really wish that I could have looked around, because I love looking around buildings like this. And everywhere I went as well, there were Polish flags, which I thought was really, really cool. And yeah, I don't really have much more to say about these clips, so enjoy them. Simply enjoy them. I have made it to the room. Please excuse how pale. This camera just makes me look really washed out, but to be honest, I am a sweaty, gross mess, to be honest, because I was wearing my coat all day. Oh my god, that's really creepy. Sorry, like on the TV, it's literally just come up with like, "Hello, Eve Bennett, what do you want to do?" And I'm like, that's really cool, but also really freaky that you know my name. Anyway, I'm in the hotel room now, so I can finally actually talk properly. So the view over there is actually really, really lovely. You can see like a lot of the town and everything like that. But yeah, so I am gonna, basically it's like 4 or 5 o'clock, and you might be thinking, Eve, like that is such an early time to come back to the hotel, but the whole point of this trip was to also relax, and that was why I got a hotel room. I don't know if you guys are the same as me, but I absolutely love just having a hotel room to myself. Like, I love just being able to order room service and like watch Netflix and have a really, really chill bath, because obviously I live with 2 other people now, so as lovely as my apartment is, like, it's never quiet, and sometimes it's nice to just really have your own space. I'll talk to you properly later. I feel like I've got a lot of things on my mind. I've been thinking a lot today, like I don't know, because I've been by myself, I've been thinking about things, but I am first going to have a bath, get my comfies on, and yeah, just get all comfortable, and then I'll have a talk with you about life in general, basically. Okay, so I am back in the hotel and just had a bath. I've covered myself head to toe in moisturiser. I've put on my skincare, basically just thriving, to be honest, and I thought I'll keep it real. And I'll keep my towel wrap on my head while I'm talking, you know, because we love that. So yeah, I just wanted to like have a chat, have a check-in with you all. Obviously I have already done a disclaimer at the start of this video, so I'm not going to talk about that, but I'm just going to talk about like my impressions of the town in general and things like that. So you have to wear masks outdoors here, which I think is actually, like, it's really, really good. Like, you feel a lot safer. And I know that the chance of catching the virus outdoors is, you know, according to studies, lower. But I felt even better wearing a mask outside. I think that will probably get introduced in Germany soon, I would imagine. And I think it's actually quite a clever idea. I walked everywhere today. I have literally just, like, not been close to anyone. Apart from when I was like in Starbucks maybe, like, but again, everyone was wearing masks, everyone was sanitising their hands, etc, etc. So it's really, really nice to see. But yeah, anyway, enough about the pandemic, the actual city, because the city has got more to offer than the pandemic. But I was thinking, because of I would never have picked this town. Like when I was writing my like to-do list of this is actually falling off my head, isn't it, really? When I was writing my to-do list of towns and cities that I wanted to go to on my year abroad, there was like Vienna. I'd love to go to Vienna, Gdansk, Krakow, Warsaw, Budapest, Bucharest. I really want to do a lot more of Eastern Europe. Like, I have never really been to Eastern Europe. I've only ever been to Prague. And I wanted to do like Switzerland and things. Obviously, because of the pandemic, as of when I get home from this trip, I'm really not going to be able to go anywhere else, which is fine, because I understand that, you know, safety has got to come first. But I would never normally have picked Stettin. I'm just going to say the German name because I don't know how you pronounce the Polish name. So Stettin. And it's honestly so lovely. Like, of course, it is not like, you know, a super, like Prague, like super picturesque, but it's also not really touristy. And it has loads of really, really lovely areas. The architecture especially has some absolutely beautiful buildings. And everyone here has been so friendly. I will admit, I found it really unnerving today, and just had a bit of a life crisis about it, of how, obviously when I'm here, I don't speak I do not, when I say I don't speak a word of Polish, I mean I literally none, like nothing. And obviously getting here, it dawned on me like when I got off the bus, like, oh wait, I don't speak a word of Polish. But everybody here speaks English. If I just go in and they talk at me in Polish, I can just be like, English, and they will know enough English to explain to me what I need to know. And that makes me so sad, because it makes me so sad that I just happen to be born in the country that has become the international language, for not good reasons, obviously, as well. It's become the international language out of, like, you know, colonialist processes. And I can go anywhere in Europe, essentially, and somebody will know enough English that they can just understand, whereas everyone in every other country has to learn English, because that's like the default language. And I hate that, because I've been in Germany, and obviously in Germany I don't get that feeling of like alienation in a way, because, you know, I can speak the language. Then getting here, I was looking at menus and stuff, and I just didn't understand a word it was saying, and I was like, that really frustrated me, because I wish I could know every language. I have at least made the effort to learn too. But do you know what I mean? Like, everybody else has to learn English. Like, if an English person will just expect that wherever they go in Europe, like somebody, and a lot of other places of the world, somebody will speak it. So many bars and restaurants, especially in Berlin and places like that, are just in English. Like, the staff are English, and like, do you know what I mean? And I'm not trying to make like a big like political comment. I just was thinking about it today, and it just makes me sad in a way, because it's great to learn new languages, and I think that English people don't, because we're just lucky enough that we just happen to be the lingua franca at the moment. So yeah, I don't know about that. Like, this is not me like trying to criticise anyone or like anything like that. It's just thoughts. And also thinking about people who are forced to move to a country where they don't speak the language, you know, forced to flee their own country and move somewhere where they don't speak the language. How scary that is when you first get there. And I'm just here for like a day, right? They're coming for like a new life. They have to find a job. They have to like settle in. And the feeling of looking at a sign and just not knowing what it's saying, and the absolute incredible achievement of these people that will learn a language up to like a really, really good level within a year. Like, it's insane. So yeah, those were just, like, I don't really know where that came from, but those are just my thoughts on that. I have a lot more thoughts on that matter, actually. I feel like I could do a whole video on it, but please nobody take anything that I've just said as like, you know, like the wrong way. Those were just like thoughts that I was having today. And also, I know a lot of like, when I told a lot of my friends that I was coming this weekend, and some of them were like, what, like, why are you just going somewhere by yourself? And like, why are you doing that? Like, I don't understand. And I really want to just talk about like being by yourself, because of the pandemic, you know, going into the winter months again, we're going to be asked to really limit the amount of people we're coming into contact with, which is completely understandable. But you know, for social beings, humans are social beings, that's a really, really tough thing to do. I really used to struggle with that. I really used to really struggle being on my own, and I'd always be panicking that I should be with someone, I should be doing something, or I should be doing something cool with people, and that if I went and did something by myself, that everyone was going to think that I was a complete loner. And that was really a testament of like how insecure I was in myself as well, like, and how bad my mental health was. And like, because my fear of being alone was a fear of being alone with myself and my own thoughts, because I didn't love myself enough and I wasn't confident enough in myself to just walk around somewhere or just spend an evening by myself in a hotel room without worrying about what people would think about it or anything. This isn't going to turn into like a, you know, you don't need a man, like, you know, I'm a strong independent woman, because yeah, sometimes I do think, wouldn't it be lovely? Of course, I've got lots of amazing friends, and usually I can just message my friends and be like, hey, do you want to go for coffee? Do you want to go explore this town? Do you want to go to this museum, etc, etc. Sometimes it would be nice, you know, to have a boyfriend, like, that I could just be like, hey, like, that you've got like a built-in person that you can just explore the world with and do things with, right? But you don't need that. And this isn't me trying to come across as like some sort of like bitter, salty woman that's not got a boyfriend and hence is being like, you know, like, you know what I mean? This is just me saying that I have grown a lot as a person in the last few years, and I can honestly say, like, for the first time in my life, like, properly, honestly, not me trying to convince myself that I am, not me trying to like put out anything that's not quite true, that I am happy going places alone and being alone, and I like my own company. I am happy to go to a coffee shop and sit for hours in a coffee shop and not talk to anyone. You know, I'm happy to book a hotel in another country. Well, it was only like an hour and a half away, but like still, I would, like, in pre-COVID times, I would just go. If I couldn't find somebody who wanted to do a city break with me, I would go on a city break myself. There's something really, really magical about going somewhere by yourself. And as I said earlier, I've had so much time to think today. I've had so much time to like, just to be with myself. I've not listened to any music. I have literally just walked around and looked and explored the city, and it's been lovely. It's been really peaceful, really lovely. And I'm going to spend this evening I've got some work to do, like a couple of admin bits and things that I have to do today, but just chilling in my own company, and I'm going to go out tomorrow and enjoy it as well, and that's okay. And like, I would really, really recommend over the next few months, which are definitely going to be difficult, learning to love your own company a bit more. I'm not saying like completely cut yourself off, but just take a day where obviously you might not be able to take yourself out on a date. This taking yourself out on a date series will be returning when it is safe to do so, because I don't think I'll be travelling really much now, but like, take yourself out on a date, even if it is because of COVID restrictions, it is to a park. Take yourself to a park and just walk around and just be by yourself and be centered and be in your own space. Or like, set up a pamper evening for yourself in your room, you know, pull out all the stops. That is a date for yourself, and that can be just as fulfilling and just as rewarding as doing things with friends. And because we are not really allowed to be doing things with the friends anymore, or at least you have to be at a distance, or you have to, you know, like, it has to be in your household or your bubble or whatever the regulations are. I don't know what they're going to be when this video goes up, because I'm filming this a few weeks before it's going up. So Lord knows we could not be allowed to leave the house at all by this point. But the beauty of solitude is that, oh God, it sounds like you learn so much about yourself, but like, it's true. And if somebody comes into my life tomorrow and I fall head over heels with them and I want to spend all my time with them, fine, and I look forward to that day. But what happens if they're not there anymore suddenly, and you're just not comfortable on your own, and you're just not comfortable by yourself, and you're relying on somebody else for your happiness, and you can't just go to a restaurant and eat by yourself and enjoy the food? Like, that's a really good thing to be able to do. Again, not me trying to slag anybody off that likes other people's company or is perhaps in a different mental place to what I am. This is not me being like, look at me, I am so like confident, outgoing. I am also insecure. I also have my own worries and issues and things that keep me up at night. But I'm just trying to talk about my journey. In first year of uni, I did not want to be alone at all. And now I deliberately carve out weekends where I'm not going to see anyone else, to do things for me, for myself. And that is a really, really amazing thing to do. I would really, really recommend giving it a go. And yeah, this has been a really, really long section, but I kind of want to do a whole video on the things that I've just spoken about. So let me know if you want me to talk about them more. But basically, yeah. I challenge you watching this video to take yourself out on a date. And even if it's not taking yourself out, even if it's taking yourself to the living room and telling all your family, please don't come in for one evening, I'm just having a date with myself. Like, I challenge you to do that. Go for a walk. Go and discover something in your area that is still open and safe to discover. Whatever the restrictions are where you are. Do something within that. And let me know how it goes on Twitter or Instagram or wherever. Just drop me a message, drop me a comment. I want to know. But yeah, I'm going to order some room service now, and I'm going to watch the rest of Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life. And then I have got some work to do, and that is basically my plan for the evening. And I'm going to watch the new episode of Gogglebox as well. So yeah, I bet this vlog is like 30 minutes long, but those are my thoughts on being alone, and I hope that it made some sense and that I've not inadvertently offended anybody. But yeah. Oh dearie me. You can't see because it's focusing on the rain on the windows. Like, look at that quality, but also it is very, very wet outside. Like, it's pissing it down wet. Okay, this kind of looks like I'm filming a news programme, and I'm not, but I haven't really got anywhere else to put the camera. So good morning, good morning. I had a really leisurely night last night. I finished Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life. Comment down below your opinions of Gilmore Girls: A Year in the Life, because do you know what, it wasn't as bad as people thought, but it was, like, as someone that looked up to Rory a lot, it was surprising, is all I'm going to say. But yeah, so I watched that, and I actually didn't end up doing the work I needed to do, because I was like, you know what, like, I can do it tomorrow, I can do it on Monday, and I'd rather just, like, fully just chill. I got 10 hours sleep because it was so quiet and peaceful, and I just went to breakfast. Breakfast here was really, really nice. Actually, they had pancakes. They had, like, full-on, like, British, like, full English breakfast, but they also had, like, really nice, like, cakes and pancakes. Okay, so thankfully the weather has improved. I've just come to a park just to have a wander around. I really like walking around parks, and this one is more like a forest than a park. But it's really, really lovely. And yeah, I'm going to, like, the embankment. Apparently that's what the town is famous for, and I wanted to leave it to today. And yeah, apparently it's really, really pretty, so I will obviously take some shots of that as well. Probably be less talking shots today because I'm running out of storage on my camera. So enjoy a montage of the rest of my time here because I don't have enough space to keep talking, and to be honest, you're probably sick of my voice anyway. This park was honestly one of the favourite bits of my trip. I literally just walked around here, thought about life, and just really admired the autumnal colours. Autumn is my favourite season, and it's beautiful in Berlin, but it's equally as beautiful here in Poland. Well, there in Poland, I'm not in Poland anymore. And look how lovely the colours are, and I just couldn't get enough of the autumnal leaves, and I took so many photos and just really took my time to, like, take it in and not to feel rushed or pressured or anything. And then as I came out of the park, my jaw literally dropped because there's this beautiful winding path that goes down to the embankment where there are these gorgeous buildings and a huge fountain that all like overlooks the port and all of the ships. And I don't know if it's because I come from, like, quite an industrial place, but I really, really love port cities. I think they're gorgeous, but this just takes the biscuit. Like, this is all maybe not as pretty as Hamburg. No, it is as pretty as Hamburg, just in a different way. And I just sat up the top of the embankment for, again, like an hour, and I got the most yummy latte I've had, I think, ever in my life. It was such a good latte, and I just sat and watched people go by, appreciated the very, very lovely, I love it when it's sort of like drizzling but not raining sort of weather. Just sort of, yeah, sat there and thought about life. It was really, really, really nice, actually. I then went and admired some art in this museum, and I really love the pattern on the windows in here as well as the artwork. It was some really, really talented people that have got their artwork up in there, I'm telling you. And then sadly I had to head towards the coach station / train station because my time here was over, but I managed to find some really, really pretty shots on the way back and took some photos and just, yeah, really just took in the beauty that is this town. And I'm so glad that I ended up coming here. It was honestly lovely, and I would definitely recommend to you guys when the corona situation clears up. Speaking of corona, you would really think that they would have got a rebrand, wouldn't you? But they didn't. But yeah, that is basically the whole of this video, guys. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up. And as I said, if you do take yourself out on a date, please do let me know how it goes. And I really hope that you guys learn to become comfortable with being alone, because as you can see, it can be really, really magical. And I hope you've enjoyed this vlog of a really, really magical weekend. And yeah, that's everything for today, guys. So I'll see you very soon with a new video. Lots of love. Bye.